What's going on, you crazy people? You're probably foaming at the mouth waiting for me to give you guys some updates because the last few days have been completely crazy here. Well, I'll give you all the information you need in today's video, so please pay close attention because what's happening now is officially historic in so many ways. In real time, we can see the US government falling apart and causing chaos, such as a government shutdown and the largest number of sudden resignations of federal workers. People are scared about their savings because of this. Also, I think this is a perfectly normal fear to have. But if you watch this show, you should know that we are not emotional investors. People like us are logical and reasonable, and we base our choices on facts. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video. Also, I want to bring up something funny and ironic at the same time. Jim Cramer's famous reverse Cramer index says investors shouldn't worry about a US government shutdown. Also, for those of you who don't know what the reverse Cramer index is, it's basically an index that tracks the success of the opposite of what Jim Cramer says, and it works more than half of the time. That's why people started to worry about a US government shutdown after seeing Jim Cramer say, don't worry about it. They're worried about it even more than before. It looks like things are going to get really crazy and things are going to start flying off the walls. Now, there are reasons to think that this will happen in the near future. But what I think you guys need to know is what happens right after those sell-offs. That's why I'm making this movie today. I know that many of you will make a mistake that you will regret for the rest of your lives if you don't pay close attention to what I have to say. Now I'm going to give you more information about the US Gov remnant shutdown, the most important things you need to know. After that, I'll tell you what I'm doing and you can decide for yourself. The US government closed down. The US government is about to shut down for the first time since 2018. Markets are getting ready for it. This would mean letting go of 750,000 people every day, which would cost $400 million in daily pay. What does this really mean? The last time the government shut down was in December 2018 during Trump's first term. The government was shut down for 35 days, which is the longest in US history. A shutdown usually lasts for 8 days, but when it lasts longer, it affects more people. During a shutdown, many federal functions stop completely. However, services that the government considers important, like those related to law enforcement, keep running. After midnight Eastern Time on October 1st, if a deal isn't made, the US government will shut down completely, which is what we're already in. The big question is what it means for the market. In the long run, it doesn't really mess up the market, which is a surprise. In fact, the S&P 500 went up after 86% of shutdowns, with an average gain of 12.7% over the next year. This is the mistake I want you to stay away from. Pay close attention. This doesn't mean anything. In the short term, there may be some instability in selling based on fear, but in the long term, 86% of the time, almost 90% of the time, things will be fine. More than 86% of the time, we're good, and we're way better than good with the way the market is right now, the Fed cutting rates and everything else going on. I believe there is a very good chance that the stock market will even end the day higher because of this. I will explain why in a moment. And of course, with all of this going on, the XRP cryptocurrency market will do really well. Okay, fine. There is no getting around the fact that the short-term impact will cause more volatility. Most of the time, the S&P 500 ends the shutdown higher, but only 55% of the time. That means it's a 50-50 chance. You can risk it or just wait for the dip to happen and buy it. To be honest, I'm buying that dip. That's the most important thing I should know, right? Your life will never be the same after that. I'll talk more about specific plans in a moment. Okay, fine. Also, this morning, almost 100,000 government workers quit, making it the biggest resignation ever. All signs point to this being an important moment. But I have one more question for you. Do you really think that 100,000 government workers quitting, even though they probably aren't doing that much good work anyway, is that big of a deal? In other words, the US government spends too much money. If we really think about it, having all of these people quit is probably a good thing. The government is still providing all of its important services. The most important services work fine. But a lot of these workers are going, especially federal workers who, to be honest, are just adding to the burden on taxpayers. They do not work. It's possible that they will all be gone. For me, that doesn't bother me too much. If we have a society that works and a police force that does its job, then we know that proper auditing and protection are taking place. This could teach everyone back home a lesson. I guess we'll see what happens if nothing changes here in the next few days. So with all of this in mind, we need to pay close attention to what's going on now. Okay? We need to pay very close attention. I'll tell you why. In short, a lot of things are going on right now that are being totally ignored. Don't pay attention to any of this. The government was closed. It doesn't matter. We just talked about the 50-50 deal and what will happen soon. You know that 86% of cases will be closed faster in the next year, right? Good, do not worry. But let's look at what's really going on. Pavel Durov, one of the most important blockchain founders in the world, has said that he believes Bitcoin will hit $1 million per coin. He's really crazy to say that. We'll talk about why soon. It's also possible that the SEC will soon let stocks trade on the blockchain. That's something I want to say again. They want to let people trade stocks on a blockchain and want to get it up and running quickly. In the US stock market alone, trillions of dollars are bought and sold. If all of those deals happen on the blockchain, they want to take your attention away from what they're doing. Want you to sell quickly right now because the government is shut down. They want you to give up all of your coins. There will be fake KOLs and influencers asking you to sell, panic, panic, panic. There will be no more money and you will sell. Then they will start something like this and the rebound will be in the shape of a V. By an insane amount, we're going to be more than the price we sold it for. All of your crypto will be gone and you'll be left to think, why am I so stupid? I know because I've been there. When I first got into cryptocurrency, I was there. It took place to me. Why am I making this video? Because I don't want you newcomers to the market to go, if you know a lot about the market, I probably don't need to tell you this, but it might be a good idea to do so. It's taking place. Crypto is being fully integrated into every part of the current financial system. This is going to be huge. Do not be stupid. That's the advice I have for you today. Then that's what I do, right? So I'd like to invite you all to the world's best free crypto trade group. There are times when people tell me I should charge $500 a month to let people use this, but I don't. You can have this for free. All of my deals and market thoughts are posted here in real time. I also post them on Discord and Telegram. The trades I make here are being copied by other people who are regularly making between 100% and 400% a month. Back in November, when the markets were going crazy, we had months where we made 400% a month for 3 months in a row. Even though XRP is selling in a narrow range, we are still doing very well. I want you all to be able to get in. There are no reasons for it. To get in, just do something today. It's really easy. To trade BTCC, all you have to do is sign up on my partner. Use my link for sure. You need to go to the site through my link. The link to LeviCryptoCrusaders.com is to the right. Sign up for BTCC right now by clicking here. First, you put money into the exchange. Then, you only trade on that exchange. Copy my trades, guys. It's really that simple. You can see every trade I make in the market. You can get to it. You could just copy it, and you could kill it with me. Just sign up on my partner site to sell and exchange. That's all I ask of you. We are all going to kill this thing together. That's all, guys. Thanks for seeing it. If you like what you see, click the like button and join. Love. Goodbye.